Juju, can you shut the door?
Huh?
Can you shut the door, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Let's go.
That's another sign of inferiority.
What's that?
You vote for those who are going to do the most for black people.
Right.
Right? If black people are so superior, why can't they do most for themselves?
My father's older than you, and he tells me stories about, how he grew up and he worked on a plantation. And he did say, he got along with,
I don't care. No, I was there.
He was there before
And
you.
black
He's
people
older than
and
you.
white people got along
He's older than
way
you.
better than they do today. Because the white people
That
are
is a
sick of the
troll.
black people. Everybody.
You said sick of dogs on him? What'd you say?
I said that white people and black people
The water
got along
hoses?
way better than they are today.
You said the water hoses?
I said that white people are sick of the blacks complaining.
You said the lynchings?
So what though?
The lynchings?
Did you know that there were, I think, something like 4,000 blacks who owned slaves
4,000 blacks who own slaves?
in Kentucky or one of those areas?
What
You didn't
source
know
is that? No, what's your source?
One of my hosts talked about it the other day
Who?
on the show. But you didn't know that.
No, what's the source?
Oh shit! I want to know. Hey, y'all, research it for me. I never heard that before. That'd be interesting to know. Did blacks own slaves during? I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty sure there were some wealthy black. Maybe. Research it for me, y'all. I'm curious.
Oh, your little black supremacy book. You didn't look that up.
No. What source is that?
Let's do this. We'll
That's
get
a
it when you
lie.
put it up there.
You ever heard of the book by James Lowe, The Lies My History Teacher Told Me? That would be in it. That's a lie.
Why don't black people just kind of move on with their lives and stop this mess that they're into? If they're superior, why don't they somehow or another let their little superior stuff kick in and stop blaming and living in the past, which had nothing to do with them, by the way. Living in
Nothing
the
to do with
past
who? Nothing to do with who?
and blaming the whites and other. At what point will they say, you know what, we had enough complaining and being victims and talking about this mess. Let's show everybody what we can do. Why don't they forget about the past and live in the present?
Just to clear something up, y'all, like the whole concept of black superiority, I just want to make sure I know this. Black supremacy and stuff like that, it's a bad word to use because it's a word that, that contradicts what they're fighting against. It definitely does. And I don't want to justify the word supremacy, but take the word supremacy out and just add and subtract the word supremacy and put I can't even think of a word to cover it because supremacy is such a harsh word. What they just mean is building a confidence into the community. That's all. The community lacks confidence. And everybody all over the planet is connected to their sources. And we need to be connected back to Africa too. But we need some kind of confidence in what we do and who we are because the world is stripped. Each black culture from its original origins in Africa, and all the roots are just trying to tie back to getting Africa back together again, and I think that's what we should do. So if we're gonna talk any kind of supremacy, I wouldn't say supremacy. I wouldn't say it to be superior to anybody else. That's stupid. But definitely to build our own ground in the world to where we can have our own place where we go and we can have our fun. Like Asians can go back to China or Japan or wherever they want to go. Asiatic people. And African people should be able to go back to Africa and enjoy Africa and make Africa good. Make Africa great again. Because it was the greatest continent at first. And then it was robbed of everything. Huh?
Engineers should be able to fly planes and go to other states.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, the past affects the present.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Not if you don't live in it.
There's no way to get around it. It does.
Yes, there's a way to get
The
around
past is still in the present.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Only in your mind.
No. In 2015, in Miami, Florida, they were shooting at, in a police department, they were shooting at black civilians' pictures, mugshots, at a police department.
When was this?
In 2015, in Miami, Florida. 2015.
What year is it now?
That's 8 years ago.
What year is it right now?
2023.
But what's the purpose of living in the past?
So yesterday is the past.
What the person living in yesterday?
You have to know your history in order for history not to repeat itself and to improve yourself.
That's not true.
That is true.
Knowing your history is what makes things worse. So if black people know their history, they've been talking about this mess for years, right? Knowing their history, why are they still repeating the same thing over and over again?
They don't know their history. If you know the history that's in this book, they know the history that they want to teach. When we talk about systemic racism, do you know that in 2015...
You believe that racism exists?
Yes.
And what is racism?
I'll tell you. So racism is the unfair treatment of one group of people based on their race, or the belief that one group of people is inferior solely based off their race. So
you are racist for believing that black people are superior to others?
For saying that we have superior resilience.
Are you racist for believing that black people are superior to all other races, you said?
No, I'm not racist.
But you just said that was racism.
No, I said solely based on race. Mine is not solely based on race.
So you believe...
Mine are based on black accomplishments and black oppression.
So racism...
He's stumbling Jesse a lot, though, y'all. He's stumbling him a lot.
Is a belief that one race is superior to another, right?
Solely based on race.
But racism is according to you, a belief that one race is better than the other.
Solely based on race, correct.
And so, if white people think they're better because they do better than black people, they see that they're smarter, they're more innovative.
They're not smarter. They're not more innovative.
They're more or less to blame others and carry on. Does that make them superior to the blacks?
Nothing you said was true.
Does that make them superior, racist to the black because they do more?
They don't do more.
They do more.
What do you mean they do more?
They're keeping the country going while black people are chasing them, trying to get it and destroying it.
Destroying what?
Everything they touch.
I'm black. I don't destroy everything I touch.
You may be one black that don't, but most blacks do.
No, most blacks do what?
Destroy.
Prove that.
Who killed other blacks the most?
Blacks. And who kills other whites the most?
Who turned nice neighborhood?
No.
Who turned nice neighborhood? I'm giving you the proof.
But who kills other whites the most?
Neighborhoods
but that's intellectually dishonest.
Who turned nice neighborhoods into hoods?
Bad people.
Now you're changing.
No.
Who turned nice neighborhoods into hoods?
Hood people.
Who are those hood people?
Hoodlums.
Get this down.
I'm giving you a hint.
It's a skin color, but what's the hint there? Which people are those? You ever read the book by...
Are you a Democrat?
You ever read the book by Thomas Sowell?
He's never going to answer the questions. Oh, he's got to go into Thomas Sowell, but he never is going to answer the question because he has to... He's going to that narrative. But Jesse is trolling, man. I wonder if anybody knows. I wonder if most of these people who know coming on the show that he's trolling. It's crazy. This is funny, though.
It's Black Rednecks, White Liberals. You ever read that book?
Yeah. I read that.
So he talks about the white people that you're talking about with the skin color thing.
Are you a Democrat?
No.
Were you ever a Democrat?
Yes.
That is interesting because Thomas Sowell basically said that the arrogant, ignorant roots of black people stems from arrogant, ignorant country whites from Britain. Like that British attitude that they had. That's what he said, right? So technically, black culture didn't come from black people. When it comes to the violence and everything, it came from whites, according to Thomas Sowell. Like technically, that's what he's saying. So are we really to blame for the violence in our community? The violence was learned from whites. So wouldn't that technically mean that whites are more violent according to Thomas Sowell? So when they make fun of culture and say, oh, black people are this and this and this and this and this, we learn from the best. I mean, I guess you could say that, you know.
And you're you Republican now?
No.
And how do you vote?
I'm nonpartisan. I vote based off of knowledge, and I do my due diligence. I study to see which group, which person, which people will do the most for black people.
Did you go for the Great White Hope? How come? See, that's another sign of inferiority.
What's that?
You vote for those who are going to do the most for black people.
Right.
Right. if black people are so superior, why can't they do most for themselves?
In a system? In a system?
If black people are superior to all,
We can.
why don't they do? Why you gotta always vote for somebody that's gonna do something for the blacks?
All right, so
For the minority.
you should either do that or don't vote at all.
No, I'm asking you. If black people are superior,
Right.
why do you even consider voting for somebody that's gonna do something for the blacks?
I would, because that's what makes sense if I'm black.
But why, if they're superior, why do you gotta have somebody do something for them?
Because we grew up in a system that has oppressed us, doing things against us. So now
y'all
it's time
ain't
to do
gonna
something
never,
for
y'all
us.
ain't gonna never overcome the system.
Who?
The blacks.
If not, if they keep acting the way they act, then no. We got to read this book and act how I'm telling you to act.
So
this is
you vote
the
for
key to overcoming it.
Did you vote for the great white hope?
Who's the great white hope?
You know who the great white hope.
I know who you call the great white
Who?
hope. You call what's his name? Trump, the great white hope.
I rest my case.
That's what you
I
call
knew you know the great white hope.
I've watched your show.
Did you vote for him?
No,
Are you gonna vote for him this time?
no.
And why not?
Because what is he going to do for black people?
Do you vote?
Sometimes,
Do you vote?
yes.
And did you vote in the last election, presidential election?
That's a shame you don't vote because you're part of the problem if you're not voting. Technically.
Yes.
And who would you vote for?
I think I did a fill-in, a write-in.
Oh, you didn't vote for Biden or
No.
the great white hope?
Who?
The great white
Oh, the
hope.
one you call. Where did you come up with that? Why do you call him the Great White Hope?
Well, when he was in office, he was making America great again by bringing jobs back, drilling oil,
He was
putting an
making it great
amazing
again.
wall around the border, taking away all those restrictions, lowering the taxes, and we were respected around the
You
world
said he was making it great again.
as a result of him. And he white.
When was it great before?
No, I just told you why I call him Great White Hope.
Right, because you said he's white. When was it great before?
And it was always great before.
America was always great? Always
until
great?
Obama got his hands on it. And then Joe Biden.
America was always great?
Yes,
So even during slavery, America was great.
absolutely.
You are serious?
As a heart attack.
Serious as a heart attack, man. Like he's serious. He believes what he believes, and that's okay, man. You're allowed to believe what you believe. You black and you slow, don't matter. You can be black and slow. You can be black and smart. You can be black and whatever. It don't matter, man. You're allowed to believe whatever you want to believe. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace.